Oh, yeah, I'm still here.
Hey, man, I'm back. I told them to hold off on the start, but I don't know if they did or not, Tracy. Any luck?
Yeah, we've got audio back here.
Okay, yeah, I'm hearing us. So let's just come back and. Hey everybody, sorry about that. We had a technical issue, and we're trying to work on getting this resolved. And our apologies. Obviously, we're multi-streaming, and something wasn't connected or glitched correct. And we got to the start of the race, and Ryan, as fast as we started the race, we had a blue line soft wash caution. Maybe we can be able to show on the production truck what happened, but obviously we're under the yellow flag, and.
Yeah,
it might have been. You know what? I'll be honest. I might take the blame for causing that crash because I was trying to jump down from box to box to box to find the race director or somebody and tell them to hold off on the start with our audio issue. But I think we've got it fixed now, Ryan. So
yeah, I think we got that audio issue fixed. I believe this is the first caution we had here. I don't think there was any wrecking or anything. I think this was just. With our technical audio issues, they put a little halt to the race.
Good.
To get our issues fixed, and now that we've got that all settled out, I believe we're going to go green flag racing here.
You can blame that on the Wesley caution.
Yeah, we got our first Wesley caution of the year.
Man, I never knew I could start a caution flag, man. I threw my microphone out there or somebody. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Strap in. We're going to try this again. You can hear us. We're ready. The Emerald Coast Classic 125. Justin Brooks ready to bring him to the green. We're underway at 5 flags. And ladies and gentlemen, you have a race, a sim race. A Lucky Ducks Motorsports green flag. Sorry for the technical issues. We got to start all over again while we're on the air as racing has started. I'm Wesley Outland, Ryan Tomford alongside, Tracy Brown pulling his hair, the mad scientist, to simulcast on LSR TV, your home for sim racing, and Leadfoot TV. This is race number 3 of season 4, and they're coming off turn 4 as well, Ryan, with Brooks in front.
Your pole sitter, Justin Brooks, still leading out there. We saw in that initial green flag, start. He got a good jump, and then once that restart happened, he got another good jump, and he's controlled this early little bit of the race, and there's a bit of side-by-side action in the background, but Justin Brooks is doing a good job leading.
Right now, they'll work their way around the corner. We got trouble on the racetrack. Another blue line soft wash caution will come out as the field will slow. I think it's Thad Collins. Yes, the Thad Collins with an issue on the racetrack. There he is right there, and then that'll put us under the caution flag. We'll watch and see what happened to the 6. Thad Collins putting us under yellow flag for the second time here at 5 Flag Speedway. Man, I was wondering if it was a technical issue for the 6 car there, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering what happened to the 6 car there. I don't think we could find where he spun necessarily, but that puts us under the second caution of the race so far.
Joining us, this is the Leadfoot Racing League. This is a Blue Line Soft Wash caution. Big thanks to Blue Line Soft Wash again. We appreciate them. And obviously, we are going to go 125 laps. There'll be a stage break at lap number 40. That's on lap number 11 of 125 right now. There's one additional set of tires. They're given one fast repair, one attempt at overtime if need be. Caution laps, by the way, do count. Lucky dogs are enabled. They are on fixed setups for these cars in the LFRL. And by the way, all cautions, black flags, lucky dogs will be controlled by iRacing. It's just like an official race. Thanks for hitting and joining us on LSR TV, of course, on Leadfoot TV as well. We're simulcasting on the Community Radio Network, and there's Aiden Neese right there, our defending series champion in car number 45. Some of the other looking cars that are working around the racetrack, Cameron Chandler, Stephen Luttrell, Krogan, there's Prince, Gibson, all working down the back straightaway. So quite a field of cars here, and Ryan, we are excited to have 20-plus cars running in this series. It's really great to see the work that's gone behind doing it.
I mean, it's a large field of cars tonight. We had that last time, so I'm excited to see if all these guys stick around for the entire season because I love having big fields of cars and tons of action and good racing as well.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, coming up later tonight, make sure you plan on joining us on LSR TV as well as on Leadfoot TV and the Community Radio Network. Simulcasted on all three for TV and radio. Tonight, the Ross Dalton Racing Late Model Stock E-Tour, the Blue Ridge Twin 75s from the virtual North Wilkesboro Speedway as we go back to green at Five Flags. Your green flag is sponsored by Lucky Ducks Motorsports, and we're back to racing here in Pensacola.
Yeah, another great start by Justin Brooks there. He was, on the gas very early and cleared Carter Levi there in second, even before turn one. So he's doing a great job on these restarts. We got a side-by-side battle there for fourth place between Shane Hodges and Wilson, I believe.
Yeah, it's Cole Wilson and Shane Hodges. John Forbes Jr. also in that mix. So it's a trio of cars fighting for that spot for third. They work their way again down the back straightaway. Down the man in third will try to scamper away. That's Wilson. He'll tuck up in line behind Levi and Brooks, the leaders. And there come the leaders off turn four. And there's that white 93 now, peeking down to the inside. Going 2 for 1. Will set his sights on Carter Levi. And now they'll go after Justin Brooks. And we're almost 3 wide behind him going to 3.
Yeah, they're really racing hard for this second and fourth place spots here. They're going 2-3 wide through these corners, so they are really risking it to be in second place.
We are at the Five Flags Speedway. This is a very fun racetrack, and obviously it is a half mile in Pensacola. 15 degrees of banking in the turns, 9 degrees of banking on the straightaway. The track is 55 feet wide in the corners, 48 feet wide on the straightaway. The home of the Snowball Derby is the home of the next round of the Leadfoot Racing League in Season 4, Round 3 tonight. Grogan right now, sitting in 7th position. He's right now nose to tail. He's got a gaggle of traffic behind him as they dive into 3 there. Ryan.
Yeah, there's a little bit of traffic back here with Steven Luttrell stuck on that outside. He's losing a few positions here, but they're being very aggressive but very clean. I haven't seen many door-to-door contacts, not a lot of rubbing between these guys, but they are being aggressive but clean.
Everybody minding their P's and Q's, if you will, as we put another lap on the board. Down the back straightaway into that third turn. Here comes that entry now. The number 10 trying to peek on the inside. That's Porter. Porter, Gibson, Brown, all in this mix now. Dylan Porter from Easley, South Carolina, the Apex Motorsports number 10 machine. He's got company from Gibson and another car right there. There's Luttrell to the inside with another man behind him, a Cole, as they work off 4.
Steve Luttrell just diving his nose a little bit inside there. Now he's side by side with the 12 car of Gibson. We've seen them both be side by side for these last few laps, so they are battling hard as we've got a battle here for second as well.
I will tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching on your home for sim racing, iRacing on LSR TV, big thanks to Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wooten, Mr. Tracy Brown on the production. And right now, I think it's been probably 3 years since we've had a late model iRacing league on LSR TV. I want to say the last time they done it was with the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series and or the Northwest Late Model Super Late Model Tour during the winter months. So it's been a while, as right now it is Justin Brooks leading them with Wilson, Levi, Hodges, Neese. Five Flags now. North Wilkesboro coming up tonight next at 10 o'clock with Late Model Sunday on LSR TV and Leadfoot TV. And look at this battle. 5 cars fighting for the lead as they work off 4.
Yeah, we've got these 5 cars here battling for the lead. They've been going in pretty hard here. A lot of these guys up in front are all in, the championship hunt. They're all in the top. A lot of them are in the top 5 of these point standings. As we've got Brooks leading the championship, and Hodges there in second, so in the championship standings, and Levi finds himself in 4th. So these guys want to be aggressive and win tonight's race, but also be smart and look ahead for the rest of the season. So they're being very smart and respectful here in the early going of these laps.
Everybody minding their P's and Q's, as you just mentioned. Another lap going on the board here with Justin Brooks in front. He is the guy that is up in front leading the way. Put another lap on the board here. Justin Brooks, as you mentioned, the number one iRacing driver in the world, not just the U.S., the world, up in front right now. He's in his own world, but there are some hungry wolves that are in his midst to catch him. It's Levi, it's Hodges, it's our defending champion, Aiden Neese, and they're right there going after the leader in 3 and 4.
Yeah, Aiden Neese has worked himself up a few positions today. He didn't have the greatest qualifying. He started there in 8th, and he's up 4 positions already today, and he's battling there for the 4th position, but he's looking for 3rd against Shane Hodges.
Everybody rumbles their way down into that second turn, down the back stretch. Keep it out in front, Brooks. Brooks in that lead, followed by Levi and Hodges. Neese, Wilson, top 5. They work up on the top side. Wilson's there. Here comes the 45. Neese back down to the bottom. He'll make a move on the Monster Energy color. The defending series champion right there in that Parkway entry. Number 45 changed up his colors as he now goes after the 15. Looking for 3rd of Hodges as they go back to 1.
Yeah, he's in a green and black car tonight. I was looking for the cars, trying to find where Aiden Neese was, and I was looking for a red and white car, but he just finds himself in 3rd with 4th place now, clear away from that battle with Cole Wilson in that green and black car.
I'll say, me and you both, we're both looking for those fancy looking numbers, if you will, and the colors of that car. A very special night. Leadfoot Racing League on LSR TV. We had made the announcement last week. Yeah, everything's been put together. Tracy Brown and Lenny and Landon excited about this new endeavor. This is only the lid lifter. We've also got the RDR late model stock tour as well. Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wooten, ready, excited to bring in LFRL and RDR. Tracy Brown again punching the buttons. And there's Cameron Chandler. There's a battle for 8th in car 8. He battles Grogan in the USA, number 85 on the top shelf as they work off 4.
Yes, and we got a spinner off of turn 4 there in the background.
Trouble, caution, and another man spins to avoid. So number 12, oh my goodness! Nowhere to go for the other car up against the outside wall. And it's a multi-car crash with now Keelan Gibson, Thad Collins, and Jason Woodham all involved. Watch out, number 12. Oh, my goodness. Looks like it just got into... Here's a replay of what just happened here. Let's kind of retract a little bit. Let's go back and rewind, live and rewind, not fast forward, and watch this one more time. You're watching that car. I believe it was Keelan Gibson's car, the number 12 machine. And there we see it right there. All right, let's put it in play for you. Watch this. I tell you what, Ryan, looks like the 12 just lost it, and then everybody else is playing stack up and check up from there. And then we'll see Thad Collins, and there's Woodham. Jason Woodham, nowhere to go. He got hit as the 12 was trying to get righted. Piece of advice, number 12. Make sure next time there's no cars around you when you finally try to get back, turn in the right direction again. A couple of cars got easily damaged there, Ryan, because of maybe Keelan Gibson's inexperience or just being frustrated and not realizing there were cars coming around him.
Yeah, it just looks like Keelan Gibson just got a little loose there off of turn 4. Maybe just got on the gas too early and spun his car around there and, lost it there. And it just looks like the 6, just lost it himself as well, just trying to avoid a wreck. And then, as you were saying, Keelan Gibson just backed it up on a live racetrack and, had that huge hit. I believe with the 71 car of Jason Woodham.
There's a caution out. And it quickly will become back green flag. I'll let everybody know as well that this was the stage break. We had an accident while the stage was going to be called a caution at lap 40. And then an accident happened on track. So big thanks to 213 Simware Stage Break, the apparel sponsor as well of the LFRL. So, another blue line soft wash caution is done. Field back in the CRN restart zone. The Lucky Duck Motorsports green flag flies, and we're back underway for the second stage of tonight's Leadfoot Racing League Emerald Coast Classic from Five Flag Speedway with 80 laps to go. Look at the restart. Look at the Warlords behind the leader of Brooks. And now some new men up into the front with Shane Hodges now second. Carter Levi third. Don't know how long that's going to last, Ryan. There's a fierce battle behind them with Wilson, Neeson, Forbes also right there ready to pounce off of 4.
Yeah, a lot of these guys right behind these leaders are ready to pounce. They are ready to go as we see Aiden East there on the outside of the 7 car of Jason Forbes.
Five Flag Speedway, where we are tonight, the home of the Snowball Derby. Leadfoot Racing League is right now Justin Brooks leading from the drop of the green. By the way, only one car came down to the pit lane. That was Landon Farmer that pitted. So nobody else has took the advantage of pitting. By the way, partly cloudy conditions, track temp around 88 degrees, 78, 79 sim temp. Pensacola, little southwest wind, 1 to 2 miles an hour. As they work off the corner off 4. Closing in on 75 laps to go here. By the way, don't forget, coming up later tonight, it will be racing action from the virtual North Wilkesboro Speedway. We got another caution. Yellow flag out over the Speedway for the 4th time. Blue line soft wash caution. We'll find out what happened as yellow flag will be displayed. Yeah, we're not sure what happened, but one thing we do need to do is take a break. We're taking a break with us, LSR TV, Leadfoot TV, CRN, Leadfoot Racing League from Pensacola comes back when we return. Eastern Technical Design Incorporated provides design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Services include architectural renderings, preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. These drawings include all the necessary structural, building, plumbing, and mechanical electrical plans as required to produce and deliver a finished building and/or structure. This company is proudly owned by LFRL's Tracy Brown. Eastern Technical Design. Contact them today at 252-245-1599 or email them at easterntechnicaldesign@gmail.com. Commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Eastern Technical Design is the perfect plan for your building needs. Blue Line Soft Wash is a veteran-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing integrity and precision to exterior cleaning. Founded by a retired law enforcement officer, and we proudly back the men in blue. Blue Line Soft Wash upholds the values of service, commitment, and attention to detail in every job. Trust Blue Line Soft Wash to protect and enhance your property with the same dedication they once gave to protecting our community. Protect and serve. Protect your car with Blue Line Soft Wash today. Back here at Five Flags Speedway, green flag back in the air with Justin Brooks continuing to lead the way as we're heading towards the halfway mark of this race. And right now, all the while, it has been the 33 staying in the P1 spot. Thank you for joining us on LSR TV and Leadfoot TV. Ryan Tomford, Tracy Brown, I'm Wesley Outland, and Shane Hodges on the back door, the leader. He's got friends with Carter Levi and more behind him in the 4.
Yeah, Shane Hodges is up there in second. You know, on that restart, he blocked the wall. Coming out of 2, he is really trying to push and trying to get everything out of his car to try to get by Justin Brooks and become, you know, a new leader of the race. But, you know, Justin Brooks just has that car set up and skill underneath him to keep the lead so far in first place.
See if you want to chime in, man. You know you're more than welcome to. Sometimes Charles, my other producer for the Northwest Racing Series, talks to our audience, and sometimes he talks to us behind the scenes. But man, I know you're excited about this new endeavor, and obviously, what a great job these guys are doing right now.
Absolutely, Wesley. I tell you what, man, I am impressed. You know, I used to have a rule of thumb earlier on seasons ago. If we ever eclipse 15 drivers, it was going to be a wreck fest, and we're sitting here with 25 tonight. I think we end up having 28 or 29 last week, and these guys, from top to bottom, the field is just stout. These guys can drive. There's just nothing crazy that goes on here, and I'm just impressed, and I just want to give thanks to all the drivers for maintaining their cool and, you know, more or less just running a great race. So I don't want to interrupt the broadcast any more than that, but I just wanted to mention that part because it's impressive to me. The drivers are impressive here tonight.
Well, we're looking forward to it, obviously. By the way, Late Model Sunday continues on LSR TV later tonight and on Leadfoot TV with the Ross Dalton Racing Late Model E-Tour, the Twin 75s at North Wilkesboro Speedway. And I would be remiss to say as well, don't forget to join us tomorrow night on LSR TV and CRN for coverage of the Northwest Racing Series playoffs. The trucks in Season 12 are racing at Texas for race number 2 in the round of 12. Coverage begins tomorrow night at 11:15 Eastern on LSR TV and 8:15 in the Pacific. And we've got another caution, ARCA Northwest Thursday night. They'll be at Rockingham. Yellow flag flies, and Ryan, I'm not sure what happened here. I guess we got a multi-car accident. Here we go. Chris Davis, Austin Pack, Carter Krogan involved in a 3-car crash. There it is. Whoa!
Yeah, it just looks like that 2-car spun the 81 on the front straightaway, and then that 81 just got T-boned near the pit exit going into 1. So, pretty big accident there between those 3 drivers.
Caution flag coming out over the racetrack. I got to think now, do you come down pit road? The answer is yes. Here comes the cavalry. About 70 laps into it, and now pit road is open. There is about 55 laps to go. And it looks like monkey see, monkey do, Ryan. If the leader comes down pit road, we're all coming down pit road, except for Chandler, Brown, Prince, and James. They did not.
Yeah, so we got 4 drivers that stayed out. Yeah, 4 drivers that stayed out there under this caution. So, we'll have a few guys up front that are going to be on different strategies. So it can definitely mix up the field a little bit on this restart. And, we'll put Justin Brooks a little deeper in the field, and he'll have to overtake a few cars. So I want to see how his car handles, with traffic in front of him. Can someone, pass him in traffic?
There it is, of course, people coming down pit road. Last time, somebody pitted besides now at lap 69 was Christopher James. He pitted on lap number 42. Blue line soft wash caution out again for only the 5th time in this race. There has been, 4 cars that have not pitted yet. That includes Cameron Chandler, Lenny Brown, Jacob Prince. They're your top 3. And also Keelan Gibson has not pitted, but he's not had a good night either. Back inside the top 15. Matter of fact, let's give you a rundown of the cars, what they look like, and your top 10 right now. There's a beautiful looking race car of Cameron Chandler. He is in the Monster Energy Machine, number 8. He leads the way. Second place is the driver of Lenny Brown from Bailey. Third, we're going to do this quickly, is one that goes on the pace car. Jacob Prince from South Carolina, third. Fourth place is going to be Christopher James from Michigan. 5th place, Justin Brooks. That's the man that was leading the pitted. Then it's Carter Levi, 6th. 7th is the driver of Aiden Neese, the defending champion. In 9th, you have, or 8th, Cole Wilson. 9th will be the driver of Shane Hodges, Chris Davis in the top 10. Pace cars, Ian Sear in restart zone. Lucky Duck Motorsports, green flag flies. And we're backing away here at Pensacola. There is a little bit of straightaway where you feel like you're going straight. But honestly, sometimes, and I've seen this in my experience of working at the Snowball Derby for many years in Pensacola, it feels like, honestly, you're always going in a circle around this racetrack, Ryan, as they thunder off forward.
It is a little bit of a unique track. As we see Justin Brooks, he was a little bit farther back in traffic, and now he's finding himself battling there against Cameron Chandler for first place, and Justin Brooks is about to clear him here for the battle into one, as Justin Brooks does clear him, and he will lead the field on the back straightaway.
Don't forget, coming up later tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, it is the Blue Ridge Twin 75s from virtual North Wilkesboro Speedway. It will be on LSR TV, Let's TV, and oh no! Christopher James turns into the pack, going northbound in a southbound lane, and everybody scatters to go to the top to miss him. Caution out again.
Yeah, Christopher James was one of those drivers, on those slightly older tires, so he was a little slower than everyone else, and it just seemed like he just got spun there. I don't know if he had enough pace off of turn 2, but he just got spun around a little bit.
Here is a replay. Oh boy, got sideways off of the corner, got bump drafted in the, he got hit exiting the corner, and then other cars stacked in behind him. There's a throwback to Jeff Bodine back in the day. If you remember the Levi Garrett race car when Jeffrey Bodine drove that car, there's a throwback to those colors. And look at this one more time. Is that Aiden Neese? I think it is. All right. Let's watch the 45. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the 15. My apologies. That's Hodges. Hodges into the back of James. Everybody else stacking up. And then the 56 goes around in the back to miss Woodham's car, it looked like. The USA colors, it's Norris, and we are under the yellow flag again. So Christopher James, Christopher Norris putting us under caution. And here comes more guys that didn't pit the last time. Well, they're coming in now. By the way, don't forget you can follow the Leadfoot Racing League on the world of social media. We're on Discord. If you'd like to find us, Leadfoot Racing League. That's L-E-A-D, Leadfoot Racing League. And in addition to that, you can find on Instagram and X at LFRL_tour. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to unveil something that's going to be really, really cool that will be on LSR TV and Leadfoot TV and CRN beginning on December the 14th. And that will be the top 10 drivers of points for the Leadfoot Racing League, the top 10 drivers of the Ross Dalton Racing Late Model Tour, which is coming up next. And if you want to unveil the logo, Tracy, the Super 5 Challenge. This is a mimic of what the Hooters Pro Cup Series used to be. 2 leagues, 1 champion. The LFRL RDR Super 5 Pro Cup champion. December, as we come back to green at Pensacola. Lucky Ducks Motorsports green flag. And Ryan, I'll tell you what, man, I'm looking forward to that one. And look at the distance, by the way, as well. I mean, the meeting that we had with Tracy Brown and Ross Dalton, we wanted to let it be like was the Pro Cup Series. And the top 20, now we got more than 20 cars tonight, but the top 20 will start the race only, the top 10 in the points. And if there's a person that can't commit to it, because you got to commit to all 5. If you can't, then the guy in 11th place will get the invitational, or the guy in 13th place will get the invitational. But we want to have 20 committed drivers, if you will, Ryan, run for a championship. There will be 4 races. That'll be 250 laps. And then the finale at USA International, like the Pro Cup Series used to do back in the day at USA International for 300 laps for the finale. Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool.
That's going to be amazing, with, just the top 10 drivers of each series, such great talent in both of the series. So, it'll be great competition of all the races. And, I'm excited to see, if some of these drivers like Ross Dalton and Justin Brooks going head to head, we'll have a great racing and, fun racing between a lot of these drivers and we'll get a crossover and, I'm just excited to call more racing.
It will be a good one. It certainly will be fun, and we are glad that you will plan to join us for it. That's right now, 35 laps to go. Don't forget race number 2 coming up later tonight, the Ross Dalton Racing Late Model E-Tour. As they work off turn 4, Justin Brooks in the lead, but there is a hungry cavalry behind him. And if he makes one wrong slip, the number 1 iRating driver in the world of iRacing, he is going to get past Cole Wilson, defending champion Aiden Neese, all on his back door as they dive into turn 2 again, and they're all reeling in the leader.
Yeah, Cole Wilson there, he started a little bit farther back on that last restart. He ripped the outside and passed a few cars, even passed Aiden Neese there in second, who was in second, and he finds himself in second. So he's definitely got a lot of pace in his late model stock car, and he could definitely challenge Justin Brooks if he just makes one little error.
.30 laps to go. As right now, they're closing in on that. Justin Brooks leading the way. Very quickly, we need to pause for 10 seconds of station identification because we are on the radio as well. This is the Leadfoot Racing League from Five Flag Speedway on CRN.
This is the Community Radio Network. WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Connor, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
30 laps to go here at Pensacola. The home of the Snowball Derby is tonight's home. Virtually as we got trouble. Turn 4, 2, 3 cars scatter up the banking. Caution will fly for the 7th time. One man left standing. The lone wolf is the number 8 machine of Cameron Chandler. At one time, he was the leader of the race. Caution out for the 7th time here. Another blue line, soft wash caution flag. I'm Wesley Outland, Ryan Tomford alongside Tracy Brown on production. Thank you for joining us, whether you are watching on our simulcast coverage on LSR TV, your home for sim racing, Leadfoot TV, or listening on the Community Radio Network. We are under the caution flag, under 30 to go. More drivers coming down pit road, Brian.
Yeah, more drivers coming down pit road. A lot of good cars, got in that wreck. It was, that wreck happened close to the front of the field. I believe we saw drivers like Dylan Porter get a little bit scraped up in that incident. So, a lot of cars, either lightly damaged or really damaged in that wreck.
If we want to put the logo back up there again, too, Tracy, I'll be a little bit more detailed in information if you want to let people know about the big event, obviously coming up in December, the LFRL RDR Super 5 Pro Cup Championship Series Invitational. Again, it will start on Sunday night, December the 14th. Again, Sunday night, December the 14th, and I believe it's going to be around a 9 p.m. Eastern time, I believe is what we talked about. Or maybe 8 o'clock. It might still be 8 o'clock. We might need to still work on the times for it. But what will happen is there will be 4 rounds, and if you look at the graphic, you see that round 1 will start at Southern National. It'll be 250 laps. Again, as I mentioned, the top 10 of the points from the Leadfoot Racing League, the series you're watching now, and obviously the Ross Dalton Racing Late Model E-Tour that's coming up next from North Wilkesboro. They will advance. So Southern National will be round 1 on December the 14th. December the 21st, right before Christmas, Indianapolis Raceway Park. Then we're going to take off for a little hiatus. We're going to come back on December the 28th after Christmas as we come back to green. Concord will be our race to ring in the new year. Then we'll come back for races on January the 11th after the new year at Thompson, and the finale on January 25th at USA. Those are our dates. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Golden Racing Time to Dig. 25 to go, but we got a caution also.
Yeah, they were digging.
Time to dig.
They were digging too hard. They were going too hard off of turn 4. They wrecked off of turn 4. It's the 26 car around, as well as, I believe, Jason Woodham.
Former, and we got another one up against the fence, the 51 of James again. Well, I'm sorry, Chris Golden. We're about a few laps behind. I at least did mention it. Oh, wait a minute. See, now this is what we're not going to tolerate. Christopher James getting into Landon Porter, and that's not, wow. See, we're not going to tolerate that right there. I'd park both of them. The 51 and the 10 both getting mad with one another, both retaliating. Oh, boy. Well, actually, I'll take it back. The 10's really not retaliated. Dylan Porter didn't retaliate. James did.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally not what you want to see, especially, on their caution. That's
we're not going to promote or tolerate nonsense like this. This is the reason why we had reservations of having a full field of cars. I mean, we'll keep an eye on this again. And I can't really tell. I don't know why the 51 got mad at the 10. I unless there's something that happened that we didn't see. But that right there is a no-no. Man, that's just, I mean, if you done that at a real racetrack, you'd be parked and hauling your equipment and going your ass to the front of the parking lot. Like, I'm just telling you. Well,
I mean, the only thing that I could think of is, sometimes, we are doing iRacing. Sometimes cars glitch out of screens and you don't see someone. So,
yeah, I want to look again here. I want to see if I'm missing something. We're going back and rewind, and I'm wondering if something happened between. Stay right there. Did the 10 get into him before that? 51, you're going the wrong way. All right. Well, keep going. Oh, man, hang on. Look at this. Wait a minute. The 10 ain't even nowhere around him. Look at this. You know what? You know what I think, Ryan? I think the 51 retaliated on the 10, and he should have went after the 2.
Yeah, I mean, they do. We're back to green. Both of those cars look similar, so I don't know if that's just the case of seeing the wrong car on track. But
it looks like
Justin Brooks leads from Cole Wilson and Carter Levi here on this restart.
What do you think, Tracy? That's what I think. I think he got mad at Davis in the 2 car, and instead he took it out of the 10.
Yeah, as I was looking at it, I just figured it was incidental contact. Just trying to get straightened up, and sometimes, especially if you're running a single monitor, it's hard to see the cars coming up on you. But going down the back stretch and jacking up Dylan Porter, I don't know. We're definitely going to have to talk about that in the trailer after the race.
No, you're going to the Oval Office, as they used to say back in the day in NASCAR. Oh, 16, making 15 to go this time by. It's Justin Brooks that's leading the way. And Wilson right there in second for the Monster Energy white car. Then you got Levi back to third. They work their way back down the front straightaway again into turn number 1. 15 laps remaining. Don't forget, coming up later tonight, we've got the Ross Dalton Racing Late Model Tour. They're going to run Twin 75 to North Wilkesboro. They ran it last week at Southern National, and they really enjoyed it. They got to catch up on some race dates that they missed because of the Labor Day breaks. They're not running, and they're excited about doing that. So Twin 75s as another blue line soft wash caution comes out. It's the 56 machine all around on the back straightaway. That is the driver of Chris Norris. Well, Ryan, there he is by himself, and he spun on his own.
Yeah, it just looks like he spun on his own. He was there in the back of the field and just spun it around off of 2, and we find ourselves under the 9th caution of tonight.
He's even got Levi Garrett on the car, like a throwback to Jeffrey Bodine. Ricky Rudd drove the Levi Garrett car back in the day as well in NASCAR. We have another blue line soft wash caution. There's Dylan Porter. I got to say props to the Apex Motorsports number 10 of Dylan Porter. He didn't retaliate. He didn't get mad. And the 51 is like taunting him on iRacing. What in the world? Christopher James. And he's still hitting the 10.
Yeah, I think he's got the completely wrong car in mind that's spun him around there a few cautions ago. So
yeah,
James is gone a little crazy in these last few laps.
I don't have control over race control, but if I did, I would boot him from the server. Like, he would already be gone. I mean, to me, that's taking it too far, because that's now the second or third time that he's bumped the 10, and the 10 didn't even do anything. It was Chris Davis that he got caught up in an accident with. We got to keep an eye on this, because I don't know if this is done or not.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, because Christopher James is a fast driver, but I don't know why the heck he would just lose his cool like that.
Unless we're missing something that happened on track before the spin. That's the only thing I'm thinking. So it's going to have to be like a full race review for our LFRL committee board to go back and look and dissect everything. And I'm talking about watching the 10 car and the 51 the entire race, probably around lap 75. We're back underway. Green flag. 10 laps to go. Lucky Duck Motorsports green flag after they come out of the CRN restart zone. And we're back underway. And look at them getting antsy up in the front. This is for third. Brooks, the leader. But Levi, Wilson, and Hodges are going at it. Dead heat at the line. Sideways again. Cole Wilson down on the bottom. And we got another caution. Caution out here again. Trouble in turn 3. Boy, look at this. What a traffic. Look at them trying to go 4 wide, Ryan. And there you see what happened. Oh, no. We got one upside down.
Yeah, I mean, trying to go 4 wide is too bold. That's never gonna probably work in any worlds. Five Flag Speedway, is a big racetrack. They were 4 wide down, the straightaway, but it's nearly impossible to do it in the corners.
Another blue line soft wash caution coming out. My. Let's try this again. Remember, they will have one attempt at overtime. One attempt only at overtime for the race. You get one shot at it. And 10th caution. I'll be honest, 9 cautions because the first one don't count. I called it.
9 cautions and one Wesley caution.
9 caution, 1 Wesley caution, right? Yeah, there you go. Under 5 to go. I think we're still on the regular scheduled distance. If we have another late race caution, we will go for overtime. They get 1 attempt at an overtime. That's it. 1 attempt. We're not going to stay here all night and have Rock'em Sock'em virtual robots. We're going to get 1 shot at it. And if they can't get it done in 1 overtime, then it's over. All right, Brooks and Levi on the front row. Anybody got anything for Justin Brooks, Ryan? Obviously, it's just been a good year for the man of the 33, but Levi looks good. Wilson looks good. Hodges looks good. They got to gang up on this guy coming back to green with 3 to go, buddy.
They really got to attack him on this restart. They haven't. Justin Brooks has been definitely by far the best on restarts. He's got another amazing jump here on this restart again, and he's able to clear Carter Levi there, and he leads he has a pretty sizable lead going into 3 and 4 here.
See what happens. Here they come, working now for the penultimate race of the night. Off turn number 4, 2 to go. It is the penultimate lap, 2 laps remaining. It is still Justin Brooks out in front. They'll be looking for the Tiltify white flag. 1 to go. This time by off turn number 4. White flag's in the air. Final time around. Justin Brooks looking to go for a hat trick. Does anybody got anything? Last shot. Cannot catch him. Justin Brooks has dominated season 4, his 3rd straight win of the year. He'll take the checkered flag here tonight at 5 Flags at the Emerald Coast Classic. 2nd will go to Carter Levi. 3rd will go to Cole Wilson. This will be the 8th win in 12 weeks on the LFRL Tour. That's counting season 3 and season 4. 8 wins in the last 12 weeks for the driver of the number 33 from McCall, South Carolina there. Ryan, Justin Brooks does it again.
Yeah, Justin Brooks once again finds himself in victory lane as the winner, and he has been dominant in LFRL's Racing League. He's just winning it seems like almost every week when he's on the track, and he's definitely one to watch out for the entire rest of the season. And I wonder if anyone else can beat him.
I mean, man, I'm telling you, like, seriously, we might have to put a bounty against this guy, right? Like, it's going to possibly have to come to that. Justin Brooks celebrates and wins here in the Emerald Coast Classic. Here, he parks it inside Jegg's victory lane. That is the real victory lane as it tries to laser point the exact specifications of Five Flags Speedway. And there he is at Jegg's victory lane. By the way, checkered flag coming out. The white flag was presented by Tiltify. Thank you to Tiltify again. Gives you the tools you need to engage and raise more money for your charity. Donate immediately to all of your favorite charities, including the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, Water Aid America, Stand Up to Cancer, and more. Visit tiltify.com today for more information. All right, we're going to show you the results for tonight. Five Flags Speedway. Take about a 50-minute break after post-race interviews and come back tonight for the Ross Dalton Racing Late Model Stock E-Tour from North Wilkesboro for Twin 75s. But right there is the results, and Justin Brooks from the pole, Wild Ops qualifying pole award winner. Nobody could stop the 33. He wins again. Carter Levi second. Cole Wilson in striking distance. Keep on digging, guys. You're eventually going to get him, I think. Shane Hodges, Aiden Neese, the defending series champion, finishes in the top 5. Jacob Prince, John Forbes Jr., Cameron Chandler, Landon Farmer, and Dylan Porter. Even though he got literally picked on by James in 51, he still comes back, Ryan, to finish in the top 10.
Yeah, we see Lenny Brown there in 11th place, Bruce Pearson and Joel Farlow there in 12th and 13th. They've both found themselves up 10 positions today. Chris Davis had himself a good day, there in 14th, up 6 spots, as well as Thad Collins there in 15th. Landon Brown had a bit of a struggle day there in 16th place. Jason Woodham, we saw him involved in a few accidents, but finds himself in 17th place. Keelan Gibson, one of those as well, that found himself in a wreck down in 18th. Carter Krogan there in
he's in 20th.
19th. He's in 20th. Stephen Luttrell in 19th place.
And the rest of the finishing order will be Christopher James, unless he gets disqualified. He's 21st. Austin Pack, 22nd. Chris Norris, Hunter Carlson, and Seth Cole, the top 25. With the exception of the Christopher James picking on number 10, Dylan Porter, which I can see. I just don't understand why. We'll have to divulge on that and dive into that more clearly and look at film or whatever with the LFRL committee. I'm sure they'll do that. I really think he was mad at Chris Davis, but he took it out on the 10 because those cars look alike. Nonetheless, when it's all said and done, I thought it was a really good race. Justin Brooks picking up the win. Hey, we're going to go to an extended commercial break on LSR TV and LFR and Leadfoot TV. When we come back, we are going to grab the top 3, preview Southern National next Sunday night, and wrap it up here at Pensacola. Stay with us. You're home for Sim Racing and Leadfoot TV's coverage tonight of the Leadfoot Racing League. The winner again, 3rd win in the year. And it is the driver, Justin Brooks, taking the Emerald Coast Classic at virtual Five Flags Speedway. Back in a moment. Blue Line Salt. Tar River Environmental, located in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, is a premier provider of professional logging and land clearing services, proudly serving communities across the Tar Heel state of North Carolina. Their services are vital for large-scale land development and forestry operations. By prioritizing responsible land management, Tar River Environmental helps clients achieve their land use goals while maintaining ecological integrity. Find more details on Tar River Environmental, located in Rocky Mount, on Google today.
Would you like a sport of tea and some crumpets?
Back here at Five Flags Speedway, the finishing of tonight's event at Pensacola is done in the Emerald Coast Classic. Welcome back to coverage along with Ryan Tomford, Tracy Brown on production, Mr. Jeff Stabnow, and Charles Wooten, the executive producers behind LSR TV, and I am Wesley Outland. Congratulations, Justin Brooks. He wins again. 9 wins in 12 weeks, or 8 wins in 12 weeks on the LFRL. That's counting season 4 and season 3. And Justin, man, anybody that got to your back bumper, either you were toying with them or you just held them off. Congrats, dude. I'm running out of questions to ask you, honestly.
Yeah, I wasn't. There was only a few laps in the race. I drove the car hard as I could. I was just trying to save right front tire most I could. And when somebody got a little too close for comfort, I'd just pull off a little bit, build a little gap, and then back it back down again and try to keep the temps like at a decent level. I feel like. I mean, obviously can't look at them when we're in the car, but you could kind of gauge like how hot your right front tire is if you drive it off in a corner and feel that thing slide up the track. So that's the biggest thing I was trying to do is just limit the amount of slides in it and control the pace, run a pace I wanted to do. And if, like I said, if somebody put the pressure on, I'd step it up a little bit like I did at the end.
Yeah, congrats on the win, Justin. You know, I as Wesley was saying, I'm running out of questions to ask you, but we've got this new challenge coming up with the RDR and Leadfoot Racing League. You know, will you be joining that? And you know, what are you expecting later down the line with that 5-race challenge?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not doing anything that time frame, I mean, yeah, obviously I'll show up and go have some fun with them boys. But I'm not sure what to expect. Like I said, I mean, that's just like league to league. You know, it could go so many ways. But I mean, I'm sure it'd be entertaining for sure for the viewers there.
Well, buddy, congratulations to you, Justin. Before I let you go, man, please thank your sponsors, and we'll see if you can go for a quad win next week at Southern National. And I know that's a place you've won at before, and you like the high banks at Kinley.
Oh yeah, that's definitely to go. I'll show up next week, try to start on a pole, and do like we did tonight, set the pace, and go for another win. But till then, I want to thank JustinBrooksDesigns.com, Lottler Deer Processing, Crow Sim Shots, everybody watching tonight. My girlfriend, she's tuning in too, I believe. She's supposed to be at least. Thank you guys for putting this on. Everybody at LFRL behind the scenes, giving us a fun place to race at, and my competitors at Race Be Clean. It's always fun racing against Carter and Shane and all the other guys that's in the league. I mean, there's some new faces for sure. So it's a pleasure racing against these guys.
Now, when it's all said and done, the man that wins the Emerald Coast Classic, his third win of the season as well, it is the driver from the Palmetto State of South Carolina, Justin Brooks. Let's go grab now second place, and let's speak to Carter Levi. And Well, he's got JBD on his car as well, the Chevrolet number 28. And Carter, obviously you and Justin are friends, but racing with him, getting beat by him, and I guess did you try everything you could to get around the 33, just come up second?
Yeah, it's always fun racing Justin. It's just we always race each other with respect, and I try to give it everything we had. I feel like if we I would have been a little closer if we didn't have all those cautions there, and it was a struggle to get back after we came back through the pit cycle. Just try and get around people on the top, and people that didn't pit on older tires. Just trying to get around them was a struggle, obviously. And but other than that, I feel like we had a really good car tonight. Obviously, just gotta be one spot better. It's gonna be hard to beat Justin. He's the best of the best. So.
Yeah, Carter, great job finishing second today. You find yourself, I believe you'll find yourself second in the points, but just behind Justin Brooks. Do you have any tips, like any strategies on how to beat Justin and try to get, become the a different winner this season?
Yeah, just gotta get lucky. We ran a few leagues back, and every time you get wrecked, I'd be there just to get one spot better. But it's gonna be hard to pass him like that just straight up because he's just really good at this car, and we'll just have to sometimes get lucky.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. I'm playing with my dog. Before I let you go, Carter, please thank your sponsors, man. He wants some attention. Stay down there. Congrats on a good, solid run. And I got to ask you, man, one last question to segue, mentioning your sponsors. What's your take of the LFRL? I think you're kind of new to the roster and racing with these guys so far the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks I ran, it was probably the most fun I've had on this game in a long time, racing with Shane Brooks and everybody up in front, and just got to give a big shout out to everybody that is admin on this. I feel like it's a pretty good league that I've joined, so hopefully we can carry that on through the rest of the season.
Oh, there, ladies and gentlemen, there is Carter Levi, and Carter Levi will finish in the number 2 position when it's all said and done. I don't think you thank the sponsors. Go ahead and do your sponsors real quick, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah, just got to give a big shout out to Justin for the bad-looking wrap. He always does a good job with those, and Coddle Chassis on the Open Setup World, and officials, and Levi Photography, and everybody that just does a good job in the open set stuff.
Now, Carter, where are you from, buddy? So I can put it in my announcer notes. Where are you from, sir?
Yorktown, Indiana.
Yorktown, Indiana, representing the Hoosier State, ladies and gentlemen. That is Carter Levi. Let's grab now Cole Wilson. He will finish in the number 3 position from Allentown, Pennsylvania, the 93 Monster Energy entry. And Cole, did you have fun on the podium and a good race here tonight at Pensacola, right there up at the front the whole time?
Definitely been a long time coming. I think we've had the speed ever since New Smyrna, where we got taken out on the last lap. Just had a lot of fun. I wouldn't really call myself a short track racer, so I joined this league trying to learn a little bit how to get better at it, and I've surprised myself with how well I've done. So I'm just gonna keep trying to get better and better, and maybe by the end of the season I can take on Justin and Carter.
Yeah, Cole, I don't remember which restart it was, but at one point you made a quite amazing move around the 2 or 3 cars around that outside in 3 and 4, and you were really strong on a few of these restarts. What was it like, passing a few of these cars on the outside tonight?
Yeah, just I think it was when I had that tire advantage, just able to pinch down the cars on the bottom, get them to stack up, and then being able to clear them and get to the bottom. It was difficult to pass here tonight, but still happy we were able to come home with a 3rd place finish.
Cole, obviously, man, a good solid run. Before we let you go, sir, please thank your sponsors. And man, what's it going to take to beat Justin Brooks? What do you got to do?
I don't know yet. I haven't beat him, so Gonna try and figure that out as the season goes on. But I want to thank my team, Team Chevy Motor Club, my teammates Cameron Chandler, and Monster Energy and GK Spark Plugs.
There you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the driver from Allentown, Pennsylvania, the Team Chevy Motor Club number 93, Monster Energy Colors, and that is Cole Wilson. Well, Ryan Tomford, that's going to wrap it up here tonight for race number 1. We're going to get off the air here because we need to take a break, recharge our batteries, and have a reset because coming up at the top of the hour at 10 Eastern, 9 Central, 7 Pacific, we have coverage of the Ross Dalton Racing Late Model Stock E-Tour, and that'll be coming up again later tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. That'll be tonight's race number 2. That'll be coming at 10 o'clock, again, as I mentioned, Eastern Time, and we have got Twin 75s. Make sure you join us for the Blue Ridge Twin 75s, and that'll again be coming up again at the top of the hour. As always, follow Leadfoot Racing League, whether you want to join the league, get signed up, or keep along with every race on LSR TV, Leadfoot TV, and the community radio network at wearecrn.com. And if you'd like to get signed up, join them on Discord at Leadfoot Racing League. And before I let you go, Ryan, your final take of tonight here at Five Flags Speedway. The Justin Brooks Show, once again, not taking anything away from the guy. To be the man, you got to beat the man. And I will say this humbly before we go off the air. He has turned into the Ric Flair of the LFRL.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Brooks has been very, very dominant so far this season. He's almost led almost every lap here so far this season. But tonight, we had a few more cars, a few more incidents. There was a few unnecessary wrecks that we had tonight. But I do think, overall, it was a pretty good race. But, there are a few things that need to be cleaned up. But overall, it was a good night.
Yeah, we'll have to look into the situation between James picking on Porter. No doubt that we're not going to tolerate nonsense like that because obviously we're on a new platform and we want to put on a good product. But, Justin, I know you're still around. I just referred to you as the Ric Flair of the LFRL. Give me a good woo one time before you get off the air, sir. Well, I couldn't hear it, but I know he did it.
I think it was just too loud for the mic.
Limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. And we're going to come back at the top of the hour with the Ross Dalton Racing Late Model Tour. Next week, we are going to Southern National for round number 4, season 4 of the Leadfoot Racing League. By the way, it's proudly presented by Eastern Technical Design. Other sponsors include Lucky Ducks Motorsports for the green flag. Thanks for them chiming into the chat box as well. Wild Ops Pole Award. Thanks again. That's going again to Justin Brooks. Blue Line Soft Wash for the caution, 213 Simwear for the stage break and apparel, Tiltify for the white flag, the CRN Restart Zone, 4Wide Motorsports, yes sir, moment of the race. And before we do that and go off the air, Golden Racing Time to Dig 25 to go, and we do need to see the yes sir moment of the race presented by 4Wide Motorsports. Before we sign off, Tracy, what have you got in your arsenal of the replay, sir? What's it going to be? He laughs at me.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean, there's a tough competition between Justin Brooks taking another win. Carter Levi really driving him hard. The 51 of, what was his name, James there, roughing up Dylan Porter. We're going to have to look at
anger management. Yeah, you might need anger management classes after tonight. We have to have LFRL anger management. No, you know what? I'll throw my hat in there. I'll say probably my vote for the 4Wide Motorsports yes sir moment of the race was probably the last restart because I think that was the biggest pressure that Justin Brooks had. He looked really good on all the other restarts in the CRN Restart Zone, but on that last restart, I really think Carter Levi was going to try to make a run on him on the outside. So was Wilson and Hodges. They were all right there, just ran out of time. So I want to say the restart before the finale of the race. And we didn't have overtime, so it was about with 3 laps to go. But for Justin Brooks getting that restart flawless, I would say that would be the 4 Wide Motorsports yes, sir moment of the race. Ryan, would you agree, maybe? Are you Switzerland?
I mean, I would throw in the Justin Brooks restart when he started up 5th or 6th and he just weaved his way through the field, or when another good moment was when Cole Wilson went, I believe, 3 or 4 wide around turn 3 on new tires was definitely a cool moment to watch out for.
So, by the way, I think I said 4 Wide Motorsports. It's Tar River Environmental, isn't it? That's somebody's messed up on their ad script that they sent me. That's on y'all. It's the Tar River Environmental, yes, sir, moment of the race. And I said 4 Wide Motorsports. But we'll plug the Cannon family, too. Thank you. Tracy, what you got?
Absolutely. I was just fixing to say we're going to have to change this graphic anyway. Might as well change it to the yes, sir, moments of the race. Okay. How about that?
Have you got another one? The yes, sir moments of the race. So big thanks again to Tar River Environmental and 4 Wide Motorsports. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we had a little audio issue, but once we got the unmute button taken care of, or actually it wasn't an unmute button. It was an update. Charles Wooten always tells me don't do updates because it messes up your stuff. But I tell him you might need to because eventually it's going to make your equipment get older. So we have to agree to disagree. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you to everybody at LSR TV, your home for sim racing. Jeff Stabnow and Charles Wooten, executive producer, director, the man running the board tonight, Tracy Brown, as well as on Leadfoot TV and on CRN. Thank you to all of the Browns that operate the Leadfoot Racing League. We run at Southern National next Sunday night. Join us 8 p.m. Eastern Time on all of our network platforms. As always, for Ryan Tomford, this is Wesley Outland. Congratulations to South Carolina's driver, Justin Brooks, winning 3rd race in a row, the Emerald Coast Classic at Five Flags Speedway in virtual Pensacola. We'll see you next week on the high banks of Southern National in Kinley.